Good morning. Hope you are doing fine and well during this corona pandemic. Please take care and follow the government regulations. Today, I'm going to discuss you about two important developments which is taking place in South Asia and Middle East and its reflections on India. See, the most important reflection is US troops withdraw from Afghanistan by May 1st. Then we'll be having NATO troops. So, what will happen after the troops withdrawal? Rise of Taliban, Pakistan influence, support to the global terrorist organizations by Taliban, Al Qaeda, ISIS, or it can be anybody. If that is one thing, and our foreign minister Dr. Jaishankar sir was in Tajikistan recently for a 3-day meeting about these happenings at the invitation of Tajikistan and Turkey. So this is one issue which has been raking up. Second important thing which is having a direct implication on India's national security and also on India's foreign relations bilaterally, regionally and globally is China and Iran signing $400 billion of uh, treaty. So it's a 25 years Chinese investment in the field of IT, healthcare, banking, telecommunications, and most importantly, they'll be having joint military exercises, research and weapon development, and intelligence sharing. This is very important. Joint military exercises, research, military research, and it can be anything, weapons development together, and intelligence sharing. So, US presidential spokesperson Jen Psaki has already said China or Iran can come to the sanctions list anytime. They are examining it because it is going to threaten US security and energy interest in Middle East and Eurasia. See why China is very much interested in Iran. Iran is basically since last 4 or 5 decades, it's completely anti-America. People are the people have been built against America. Though many Iranians like to go and stay in US, and much of American influence is there. So the democracy is questioned through religion. Number two, China has things. Iran has a very good military defense and a large army which can be useful. Thirdly, Iran is having a vast hydrocarbon reserves which China likes to explore for its minerals. Then Iran is sitting on 15% of the oil reserves of the world. And most importantly, through this $400 billion deal with Iran, China want to promote its RMB currency. It's a Chinese currency. So now this has been challenged in Iran by former President Mohammad Ahmadinejad and the Crown Prince who is in exile, Reza Pahlavi, and some few leaders. See, what is the question is, why China is entering Middle East? Because they are thinking that America, due to its internal political struggle, social issues of blacks, Hispanics, and others, corona pandemic issues, they want to explore Belt and Road initiatives, world hegemony, and supremacy of the Chinese culture, which they think they have been humiliated in the history. Hassan Rouhani, Iranian president, when Wang Yi met him, and when Javad Zarif, Iran Foreign Minister and Wang Yi, China Foreign Minister, they signed this all accords. See, very important thing is 2015 nuclear accord when US and Iran signed. 5 countries were the participatory. In that, China was also there, and Chinese president was the first person who visited immediately to Iran. That's a basically 18-page document. See now, what is its reflections on India? See, number one, Maldives, debt trapped by China. Sri Lanka, debt trapped by China. Pakistan, more than $10 billion debt trapped by China. In the future, even if Iran, which is a powerful country, even if they become a debt trapped by China, and if they started doing military research, military sharing, intelligence sharing, weapons development, so and the joint military exercises, that will be a very big threat for India, because ultimately China has understood that Pakistan is a burden than a boon. So for them entering the Middle East through Iran can have a check on other countries also. So this can also have a direct threat to US security and oil interest. For India, this type of checks and balance by China is not good, because we believe in co-development, Afghanistan, peaceful Afghanistan, peaceful Iran, where they come talk to the US for the nuclear deal, and we have a pipeline projects going on, which was thought and it is going on. So we want a Iran which comes with the world. We don't want isolation. China's policy is isolation in the world. So if North Korea is isolated, Pakistan is isolated, Iran is isolated, Sri Lanka is isolated, Maldives is isolated, then it is good for them so that they can control them and they can use them for their pawns. And most importantly for Iran, China is challenging America. It has UN Security Council memberships. It has weapons. It can. They think that they are a very big friend. So now the question, ultimate question, is to conclude. See, whatever happening in Afghanistan and Iran has to be carefully seen by India. Already our policymakers are very sure about that, and Afghanistan American withdrawals has to be done in a democratic way, where democratic powers and opposition leaders get more share than oppressive religious fanatics. In Iran, Iran should go with the democratic countries, and it should become part of the world. Then getting isolated and getting debt trapped or isolated, and they should sit and talk with the US or European like-minded countries, and they should negotiate with regional countries like India or any other countries, and they should come and join to the world order. Then that will be very good. Thank you very much.